Another day, another big partnership for Ripple. Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the XRP army. This right here is by far one of the biggest news in my opinion, because Ripple Custody and BBVA have partnered. So you can see we're expanding our partnership with BBVA, bringing our institutional grade digital asset custody technology to Spain. And if you're aware, this is one of the largest banks in Europe. And you can see, what Cassie says, our new partnership with BBVA is another clear signal that the world's largest banks are embracing digital assets, spurred on by regulatory clarity from frameworks like EU's MiCA regulation. Very excited to be providing our institutional grade custody technology to support BBVA's retail crypto offering in Spain. Revolutionary, and that tells you how far crypto industry has come and how these banks now want to offer crypto services. But at the same time, these banks are not experts when it comes to custody. And this is where Ripple comes and, provides this type of service as well, out of many. And obviously the XRPL is just a completely separate side of things. But again, huge news here. But looking across the board right now, the market is looking amazing going into, of course, Tuesday morning. XRP's price above $3. Let's give it a round of applause. We're back above our keyed range. I know the haters are nowhere to be seen because people did not think that, this price would be reclaimed quite fast. But your boy Crypto ZX been continuously talking about how we will reclaim the psychological level quite fast after we break above 290. And that's exactly what ended up happening. So as of recording this update, we're sitting above that range, up 3.3% in USD, up 2.5% in Bitcoin, compared to valuation of $180 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $7 billion. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So speaking about XRPL, take a look at this. Tokenization. So tokenized assets AUM hits an all-time high of $290 billion. So that's pretty much assets under managers. So again, 290 billion might seem a lot right now, but I think in the near future, we're going to be taking a look at this and saying, this is nothing. We're just starting when it comes to tokenized assets. But take a look at this just in. 12 Senate Democrats unveil a detailed, framework for market structure legislation this morning, signaling the minority party's readiness to work across the aisle of comprehensive crypto reform. So the group is made of these members, lays out 7 key pillars they believe market structure legislation should include. They say the framework is meant to act as a roadmap to guide what they hope will robust, fruitful, bipartisan negotiations with Republicans. Huge. And on top of that, shout out to Quentin. Love this post, and I wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a better perspective, and you hope you guys are understanding this is $7.4 trillion parked in money markets, an all-time high. So that's cash sitting on the sidelines waiting for the Fed to start cutting. Once rates drop, the money won't sit in 5% yields anymore. It'll chase returns in risk asset stocks, Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto. Huge. This is a perfect way to put it. Shout out to Quentin. So pretty much showing you there's a lot of money on the sidelines right now. And once the rate cut happens, riskier assets become more attractive, and you will see some of this money flowing into the traditional market as well as the crypto market. And that is where the excitement really kicks in. Right now, 25 BPS rate cut is what people are anticipating. But if somehow, we see a miracle and it's a 50 BPS rate cut, I think the market is going to go crazy, in my opinion. Not financial advice, of course, only time is going to tell. But speaking about time will tell, now about 93% people, probability that, Ripple ETF is approved in 2025. Obviously, the timeline is October. Late October is where, the deadline is for SEC, and a lot of analysts projecting that is a sweet spot. And if that happens, obviously, the floodgates open. A lot of, capital could flow into XRP ETF, which would be historic to say the least. But take a look at this. The ECB is monitoring stable coins. So the European Central Bank is what the ECB is. And because they are well aware that the payment landscape is about to be shaken up. And in this video, she explains pretty much how stablecoins have come across as very popular and how they are revolutionary and how they are paying attention to it. So again, very, very key factors that, we need to consider. And Vivo powers Tambo accepting RLUSD payments boost XRP ledger's real world use, enabling fast, low cost global transfers and supporting XRP ecosystems growth. There you have it, guys. Now we'll take a look at what's happening with the price. As far as dominance is concerned, we are, pushing towards the downside. Love to see that. Of course, Bitcoin at $113,000 right now. Exactly what we've been speaking about. Even last time we spoke about 113,000 could be the next target to be looking out for. If this is able to break out, our confirmation, I think, could be retested in the next few hours to come, because that itself is not a big move. That is a move of about 2%. And I think that could really end up happening in the very near future. XRP's price, I think, due to the BBVA's new, was able to, push back up to the $3.03. We came up to that range for the first time since August 28th. So since the retracement down to that 270, we did see XRP go up 12.2%. We're back to where we need to be. Above the $3 key range, we're back to where we need to be. The shakeout seems to be like it never happened. And this is why, patience is your number one key to follow. If you've done your due diligence research and have invested what you can afford to lose, and you're in it for the long haul, if that's your timeline, and patience is your number one key to follow, because I promise you, these swings are part of the game, and this always tends to happen. But I think we are setting ourselves up for the next wave. Things are, just the overall vibe and the momentum. The air just feels different, if you know what I mean. But we'll see, obviously, what happens. Got to take it step by step. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Subscribe if you have not done so already. Hit that bell icon and follow me on X. Link in the description. We'll see you later from CryptoZX and Peace. Bloomberg made a statement recently that is causing a significant impact in the business world. They are of the opinion that the value of XRP will skyrocket and may perhaps exceed $60,000. The cryptocurrency XRP is similar to Bitcoin for banks, according to a bold statement made by a Bloomberg expert. Business news analysts from Bloomberg have provided evidence in support of these rumors. This is not merely a wild guess, then. This is due to the information being obtained from a trustworthy source. A growing number of people are discussing the possibility that the value of XRP could soar to an incredible $60,000. This occurs immediately after Ripple publicly announced its intention to make XRP the cryptocurrency of choice for banks, much like Bitcoin is for the rest of the market. These are more significant than simple gossip or offhand comments may convey. Bloomberg received recognition from an advisor of theirs in front of the public on live television. Ripple's newly established collaboration with the International Swaps and Derivatives Association, ISDA, is another significant development. The agreements that they intend to forge on the XRP ledger will be astoundingly valued at $1.2 quadrillion. In order to manage sums of this size, the first price of XRP could need to be approximately $10,000. All of these things will be discussed in full during the show that we are going to be broadcasting today. Hello there, how are you doing? When it comes to anything and everything XRP, you can think of us as your one-stop shop. Please take a moment to become a member of our group by clicking on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notifications button before we continue any further. Furthermore, we will be giving away a significant sum of XRP. In order to submit your bid, there are simply 3 simple procedures you need to follow. Be certain that you take care of all of those matters. In order to ensure that you are granted a place, be sure to write "money side" in the comments. The film that is being shown today is around the controversy that Bloomberg stirred up when they announced that XRP may reach an astounding $60,000 in a very brief period of time. To begin, we will discuss the groundbreaking notion that Ripple is establishing significant connections in the financial and institutional spheres of society. At the very beginning of this film, we discussed the International Swaps and Derivatives Association. The comprehensive strategy that Ripple and the International Swaps and Derivatives Association have in store to deal with more than $1.2 quadrillion. That is only a small part of it, however. Our primary focus has been on events occurring in North America and Europe. Ripple, on the other hand, has a presence in a significantly larger number of locations than just these 8. We must not overlook countries such as those in Africa, where Ripple is making significant strides. By collaborating with Onfric, Ripple intends to revolutionize the manner in which cross-border payments are executed in Africa. This project is not going to be confined to Africa alone. It will make it easier to make deals between Africa and a lot of other significant regions. Picture a world where it is a breeze to move money across countries in the Gulf Cooperation Council, the United Kingdom, Australia, and Africa. All of these tasks might be completed using the Ripple platform. In today's action-packed movie, we will discuss all of these thrilling changes, which include a level of global financial integration that has never been witnessed before. We should study more about this fascinating topic. Bloomberg, a major financial news outlet, has reported extensively on the potential of XRP and other cryptocurrencies to outperform Bitcoin. This narrative is not new. It is a frequently occurring subject, particularly when the price of XRP at $60,000 comes up in conversation. There are some people who would believe that this is new knowledge, but it is not. This type of guesswork is not new to us. Forbes, another big financial news organization, once published a story with the title, "The New Bitcoin is XRP, and it's heading to $59,472. As an intriguing example, Bard.ai has verified the accuracy of this claim. The removal of this story from the internet just a few minutes after its publication is intriguing. This information is factual rather than consisting of meaningless drivel. It has been corroborated by a number of artificial intelligence systems, including GPT and Twitter. The alignment seen in these stories is very intriguing. According to both the Bloomberg report and the now defunct Forbes article, XRP is going in the same way, which suggests that it may not only be able to compete with Bitcoin, but also possibly outperform it. This is particularly significant given the fact that Bitcoin's highest price ever was over $60,000. The discussion surrounding the future value of XRP becomes more intriguing when these well-established financial sources are in agreement on a particular topic. It is vital to investigate the motivations underlying these significant declarations. Why do reputable financial magazines like Bloomberg and Forbes, in the case of Forbes, albeit briefly, forecast such a significant increase for XRP? This cannot simply be attributed to a guess. It demonstrates that individuals are gaining more confidence in the digital currency market and the potential role that XRP may play in it. What is most important is to be aware of how XRP fits into the landscape of digital currencies. People frequently think of Bitcoin as a form of digital gold or as a method of preserving value. XRP, on the other hand, is gaining a reputation as a method of simplifying international transactions. The goal of its technology advancements and relationships is to expedite, reduce the expense of, and increase the efficiency of trade between different countries. This is particularly significant in the world we inhabit now, a world in which international trade and finance are of great importance. Furthermore, Ripple's blockchain technology is the foundation of XRP's technological infrastructure, which is constructed to provide speed and scale, addressing some of Bitcoin's issues. For this reason, individual investors and financial institutions looking to make their operations more efficient will find that XRP is an excellent option. Therefore, when people claim that XRP will reach or surpass $60,000, they are not simply guessing or speculating. This demonstrates the potential value and impact that XRP could have on the global financial system. It means viewing XRP as anything other than just another cryptocurrency. It involves viewing it as a technology that has the potential to transform the way in which financial transactions are conducted. XRP is a digital currency that is of significant importance as the field of digital currencies continues to evolve. A promising future for XRP emerges when you take into consideration Ripple's technology advancements and business relationships, together with the lessons imparted by Forbes and Bloomberg. It is essential to emphasize the pattern that we are observing in financial news, particularly in the instance of the Forbes report about XRP that was prohibited after artificial intelligence verified it. This story was published for a brief period of time, however, it was swiftly removed. This is something that will happen more than once. It appears that there is a pattern in which cryptocurrency projects such as XRP are the subject of groundbreaking articles written by financial news websites that have deep relationships with industry executives, only for those articles to be swiftly removed.